Good morning, Puzzle Pals. I am going to jump right in today because it's already just about 8 o'clock. What? I start work before this sometimes, but it's been hard to find time slots lately for crossword solving. What with friends passing through town, work getting busy, the surprise appearance of the Chicago Cubs playoffs, always a good thing. And well, geez, Boss Words League is starting. My work is getting busy. Chicago Bears are inconveniently playing on Monday night next week, although I do love when they show their incompetence to the nation. Uh, why don't we, anyway, so here we are. Weird time slot, bro, but let's gather ye rosebuds. I will not be able to do this tonight. I would have liked to. This is a good day for me otherwise, but I will be seeing the great Jimmy Carr downtown at the Chicago Theater tonight. Love that guy. I've never seen him live. He rarely performs in the US, at least that I know of. You can easily catch him starring on every British game show except Only Connect, but it should be a fun one. And who had it? Oh, Neville Fogarty had a New York Times. I've been streaming puzzles only about once a week over the last few weeks, which makes it pretty tough to keep up with the weekly material that comes down the pike. There's so many good puzzles these days. As I turn off this lamp, the turning on and off of the lamp is really what this stream is about. You can also do some crosswords here. I forget what day Neville had puzzle last week. Freddie Chang, I'm sure you're great. I want to say like Neville had like the Wednesday or the Thursday. Was it? If it was yesterday, then I'm really going through like a time warp. It wasn't this. I just had the sense that I should have definitely figured this out before starting the stream. But hey, a brand. Nope. All right. I'm gonna go crazy and Google this. Find out this thing off with Neville's. You know it's good if it's a Neville Fogarty. Times Cross. October 1st. Wow. Low those 8 days ago. Okay, got it. Sorry. Thanks for the administrative. But and yet fascinating glimpse backstage here. That means we gotta go here. We gotta go here. What day was Wednesday? All right, so theoretically this ought to be not crazy hard, although Neville, you never know what tricks he's got up his sleeve. He's one of the best. He's an old friend of mine, actually. Love Neville, brilliant guy. He was writing cryptic crosswords for the New Yorker, which is pretty great. They stopped running cryptics, but his stuff was so good, remains so good. Leave Neville's name on the screen, give him his props. All right, let's try to see if we can do this under an hour. Snow, perhaps. Hmm. Oh, wanted that to be an E, and yet, is that one Morel mushroom? I wanted that to be an enoki. Manny Pacquiao, perhaps. Yes, that. Yes, that. Well, it ain't an anagram, so what is going on here? I mean, rain. Oh, okay, it's like a letter bank. Got it. Nice one, Neville. I love a letter bank, a form of wordplay invented by Will Shortz. Ah, nice work, Layla Ali, in 1981, if I remember right. Yeah. Oh man, we got some good. Oh, this is some kind of a pan. How about a paella pan? Sit on a paella pan. Otis. That. That. Well, I am not. The La Brea Tar Pit, sci-fi attacked alien invasion. Neville, I already like this. It's, that's, is that only fans? Wow. Is that the debut of OnlyFans in the New York Times? One can only wonder. Jillian Doyle, Boyle, Glue, Stick, sure. Well, is it Den a part of a pack? Looks like it's something here. I don't. Oh, it's a noun. Yikes. Jillian Flynn. Did she do Gone Girl? Good morning, those of you joining me. Thank you for waking up early. I hope my alert woke you up because, hey, seize the day. What's not? What's not to like about Neville's puzzles? Nothing. Spoiler. This is summer rain. Ebb. This is Danube trivia. The Danube River separates Buda from Pest over in Budapest. Now you know. Many petty. Desert or desserts? Looks like dessert. Fighting style. Man to man, mono. You know the rest. That Shaolin. Wu-Tang. It's for the kids. That. I gotta get hooked on a show. I just stopped watching TV. Mrs. Robinson, did you know? That's wins, not pans for gold. But you know that when Paul Simon was writing, still on Safe, at, we're talking about the base paths. So we are. When Paul Simon was writing the song Mrs. Robinson, her name was Mrs. Roosevelt. Well, it's true. Sahara Desert. And a sin painkiller. Something is amiss. What a shock. That's my brand. What did I do wrong? Yep. Try not to, use the checker. I want it to be a legit whatever time I get. Oh, we're not going to make 5 minutes. That's okay. It's a Wednesday. Lynn, I don't love that. Finish a flight is land. Sahara Desert. Still not right. Yikes. That means more than one mistake. Ay, ay. Not a great look. Ali, that seems, wow, that could be a letter rank too. That could be definitely could be a typo. Maybe that. Oh, never saw this clue. Aida, there we go. All right, Neville, nice one. Love a letter bank. Clean, good clues, good grid. Well done. Man, I have just not been solving the NYTXW. Wow, was it the first one I solved in October? Yikes. September coverage has been spotty at best. Good morning, Liari. How are you? Do we knock out a Friday or Saturday? Try to go faster than I just did. I mean, doing this thing once a week and then like trying to jump around to other like material by other constructors leaves gaps like these. See who wrote these things. I mean, oh, I've got a puzzle from Stella Zawiskowski. Brian. Sure, you're great, but maybe I'll see if I can't find like somebody I know who wrote one of these, although I'm sure they're all good. Saturday Stumper, Brendan Quigley, haven't seen his stuff in a while. Larry, don't know you. There's no reason to not do puzzles by people I don't know, but I'm always trying to get to like other people's puzzles. Kunal, do like all that white space, rocking that triple stack. All right, rather than bounce around forever. I like that they're getting a bunch of, oh, Adrian Johnson, Christina Iverson. Um, I saw Christina here over the weekend. She was one of the editors for the Midwest Crossword Tournament. What a great event. Congrats once again to our friend Nora Sharp. If you want to buy the awesome puzzles from that thing, and there was a lot more than crosswords, Midwest Crossword Tournament.com, or if I'm remembering right, Midwest Gridfest.com. What a great name. Puzzles were really good. Check them out. Midwest theme. So many good puzzle writers from here in the Midwest. The organizers of the tournament, the editors, the constructors. I mean, there's t-shirts here that say Midwest is best. And you know, they're onto something. Gotta love the Midwest. All right, Adrian, Christina, go easy on me. It's still early. I think I'm still half asleep. Certainly was not my best work. So, hateration. This could be that. Is this? Don't love it. I like an E there. This is why I go slow, because I bounce around too much. Ahoy. Where's Ben Zimmer? Tina Fey wrote the movie, but what's her face wrote the book? 7-letter last name. Can't spit it out. I saw kept it at 7, maybe. Ahoy matey was right. Is that ship to ship? Yeah, that makes sense. Punk. Want this to start with. Aramis Ramirez, speaking of the Cubs playoffs. Digital file, email, Modic. It's not saying it. Punk, something rock. Oh. Not seeing. All right, on we go. Slob, perhaps. Bactrian camel. It's a type of a camel. I don't know. If it is that, B. Opiate. Ope would be a Midwestern answer. I think we saw that floating around that tournament. Is it a must? Is it a need? So these two, that's a need. Then this Emory board is giving me a rash. Is that what Pavement said in that song? Shady Lane, was that the song? Lay off me, man. MRI? Well, this thing is themeless. So Eric, oh, is that what we're talking about? I think so, but I'm not sure. The less I talk, the easier it gets. And yet, I mean, these are Lego something, in which case there's a, I want this to be like oozes, and yet, let's go up here. Abuja? Akragana, probably. It's something I'm not spitting out here. I mean, the word for flower in India is something I should know, and yet rune, no. Should be able to spit that out. It's just not happening so far. Eyes, some kind of mash. Talking about poi. Lego. Seeing that either. This another letter. That is it. iRobot. Man, Adrian and Christina, I'm about to concede a lot here. I'm getting nowhere. Could be this. Probably. This. I don't know. Xenon, a muon, a gluon, lemon, rind. Those letters will help. What is this? Huh, no idea what that is. Loners, in which case, are we talking about Star Trek? Are we talking about rental? I mean, I want this to be like, I think it looks like, it's like donut, multiple chances. A raffle, a lottery. Oh man, Mark Maron's brother is a wrestler. Talking about Robert Burns, perhaps. Orton. Oh yeah, we saw this. Hit unnerved shrub, sure. Argos, MRI. Lie to me, got it. Okay, so hit a nerve is right. OTC, you done with OTC? Good morning, everybody. Thank you for rolling in here. Appreciate if you punk someone, you psych them out. Not seeing that as a verb. Something here is wrong. Emery board and ice. Ice melt. A dance mom. Is that something? Oh, yeah, there we go. Contempt, shade, and shrines. A slip, clothing. I want to say shelving a book is a library too. Yeah. And I want that to be a flea. This was a significant problem. Wise is, this could be right. It's wrong. Wise is, ugh, not getting that is not helping like at all. Solo sorts. Good morning, Nesberg. Well, I'm going early here in Chicago, so a fortiori, as we used to say in law school, is it like 6:18 a.m. there? Good for you being up early. You know, yesterday at 6:18, I was hopping out of my car on the way to the tennis court. Is this laser something on the line? Does anyone even, well, I guess you have a line if you have a cell phone. Nesberg, how are you? What is your day like? Is this laser? Am I just projecting that out like Speed Tech? Good afternoon from Paris. Wow, I'm caught in the crossfire of brilliant people. Good afternoon from Paris. Yeah, Speed Tech, when I knock these things out at like 9 at night, I mean, tempting as I'm sure it is to watch this at 3 in the morning. I get it. Got real work today. I like the sound of that. Is it le vrai travail? Good for you. Don't dox yourself unnecessarily, but what kind of race are we talking about if you care to elaborate? What is this? I mean, I rarely I rarely ask the chat for help on a Friday NYT, and yet is this, I mean, are we talking about Machu Picchu? Native American DEI training. Oh, I like that. I was just in the PNW. 48 down. Is that Nivea is a skin cream? It's Incan. Yeah, I figured as much, but my knowledge of Inca is really, really thin. This is a contest of some. Oh no, it's not a contest because contest isn't the clue. Okay, sure. Because life is short, I rarely do this, but Nazca, yikes. All right, so this is a laser maze. I don't think that would be. Oh yeah, I guess like that's you would call that. I guess it's like a 3D maze. I don't like this like at all though. And maybe if I didn't typo what you just Nazca snow tires is wrong, huh? Interesting. Snow something here. Dan bandage dress. DEESS. Nazca. I mean, if it's not snow tires, dress a wound looks good. Bandage. Bandage could be wrong. Oh, this is a rental car. A lemon car? Are we slandering the Enterprise rental car company? Google later. Nazca lines. No, I asked for it. Thanks. Lend a car, is that different than a rent a car? One rate. Stowaway, season to season. Man, I just can't get it going here today. Rent it. Do we call it a rent a car if it's a rental car? Sure. This is something entry. Chances to participate was screaming out for the word entry, but yeah. Is this one? Is this lend a car? It's gotta be multiple chances. Bonus entry? Sure. What arose from Ra's tears? Beds? I mean, we're talking Egypt, but we're not talking Moses. I don't know. Yeah, getting up early is something I do a lot because I've always been like an early riser and a bad sleeper. So like by afternoon or evening time, I'm usually just super tired. And yesterday, no joke, I played tennis at 6:30 in the morning. That always super knocks me out now that I'm old. And my brother my brother called the landline in our office at 10:15 a.m., waking me up from a sleep that was wildly unintentional. So yeah, so I'm up early a lot just because I over the years I played tennis like dawn like as often as like 3 days a week, down to one day now. But yeah, so anyway, so I when I get early 10 a.m. nap, when you're self-employed in a family office, you get away with that sort of thing a little more easily. But yeah, so um when I get up early, I'll either start reading the New York Times or whatever else has been like crammed into my phone while I slept, or maybe even roll over and get some more sleep. But yeah, today I can't have a conflict tonight. And this weekend, it's not clear. Anyway, so I've been doing these things once a week, and it just doesn't. I would like to do them a little more often. So as long as I had an hour or two before work here, I'd like jumped in / on. Oh, this is what is going on? Loners. I wanted this to be Loner story arcs. Yeah, it was a television season. I was wildly. Isn't Lent in the spring? Leo, diorama type and or spell. Wise is prudent, like in a sense of being cautious. Fathers is a verb. I guess it could be a noun. Classic rock. I want this to be like a rune stone. That's a thing, isn't it? I think. Oh, shout. Okay, I was thinking this had to do with like literally like a book. I think this is that. Flee. Cosplayer. To a crib. God, this is just pulling teeth. I mean, it's a good puzzle. Adrian and Christina, their props. I am just cannot get going like at all. Is eyes on the bottom? Lego sits is on the bottom. Fair enough. Lego sets. God, it was Lego sets, and I typed the letter I. That is just 16 minutes. I. Not a great look. I want to jump to the New Yorker. The last two New Yorker, good game. Good game by Adrian and Christina. I think that was Adrian Christina, like, I don't know, football terms. I think that's maybe 21 zip. I don't know, maybe 28-3. Although, hang on. Tom Brady and company came back against Matt Ryan in the Super Bowl from 28-3 to win. It's not too late for us, y'all. Nesberg, Speed Tech, Ride or Dies. Always love having you in the chat box. Welcome to you. Welcome, lurkers. Nesberg, what you love that 60 minutes is bad for me? Yeah, I mean, listen, there was absolutely a time when I couldn't put two words into like a New York Times Friday or Saturday. We're all improving. Roger Federer is improving. Not comparing myself to him, but I'm just saying, like, everybody's getting better. Paulo Pasco, from the Paulos to the first time they've ever done a crosswords, we're all trying to get better. I mean, I would like to think that 16 minutes is a bit of an outlier. Nesberg, you choose the next one. Should we do a Friday or Saturday NYT? You want to see some New Yorker material? Should we knock one out by our friend Stella Zawistowski? It's been too long since I did one of hers. Always up for a Brendan Quigley puzzle. I've got a Saturday stumper here from the New York Newsday, which is always a tough puzzle. Based on what we just saw, that might take like, I don't know, what is it, October? God knows. Stella votes solid. Solid choice. Roll right into that. Put it on X word, a little more colorful than. Yeah, Stella she is special. She is an interesting character. Character. She's an interesting person. I don't mean to be so flippant. Stella is like a top 10 caliber speed solver at the National Crossword Tournament, putting her in very elite air. She is also a great crossword writer. She has her own site, toughasnails.net, although it was recently renamed. Is it Inteltainment? I might have that wrong. Give her due props. I want to throw a link into the chat, and I want it to be right. Toughasnails.net. Is that still a good link? Inteltainment. Sorry, I'm interrupting my Stella monologue to talk about Stella's website. Anyway, this link still works. Check out Stella's work here. Stella also, in the Twitter days, before it got gross, was doing a cryptic clue a day. And I think she was doing was she doing like a weekly write a cryptic clue contest? She's everywhere, and almost certainly nearly unique in crossword circles, a serious power lifter, like weightlifter. If there was a biathlon of power weightlifting and crosswords, I think Stella would take the gold medal and no one else would take any medal. It's so cool. Yeah, she's an impressive lady. All right, but with that said, can babble about Stella all day, or we can do what I said I want to do, and I do want to do. Oh, inteltainment.org, not .com. Got it. Yeah, I want to check this thing out. Stella, Adrian and Christina already beat me up, so go easy on me. Midwest CrossFit Tournament was great. Our friends, speaking of puzzle pals, Nora Sharp, aka Shannon Rapp, and Sally Holscher did such a good job. 220 players. It sold out. The online version sold out. Randy Holscher, Sally's husband, did a really good, like super high quality Twitch stream all day. Everybody loved it. A lot of people came in from out of town. A lot of people, a lot of locals, first timers, just that big CrossFit tournament vibe. They really hit it out of the park. And there's so many, I mean, we had like Tracy Bennett and Christine Iverson, probably the best known names in the room. Midwesterners were the editors for the event. Oh, and Winna Liu came in from New York, whose name people know from Connections. She writes a Connections game, but all three of those ladies are on the CrossFit staff of the New York Times. Yeah, really good. Nessberg, wait, fun fact, you created a couple. Wow, good for you. Was that Ross Trudeau over at Apple who emailed you? I will be happy to stream your stuff, but maybe let's wait for it to hit like legit publication. Oh, Eric Agard? Is he at Apple? I might not be I might be out of date. I thought Eric was working at USA Today. But I mean, people change, people move. I think of a couple friends off the top of my head who, okay, Eric Agard is an absolute god tier crossword guy in his own right. Should I gush about him like I did Stella? Eric has won the National CrossFit Tournament. I don't think he's been there in a while. He won it during my like decade hiatus from attending. Insanely fast solver, really good editor, super respected, seems like an excellent guy. I know everybody likes Eric. Just, he's like a Paulo Pascal or Will Nediger, just incredibly protean talent. Great CrossFit writer. I don't do enough of his stuff here, but we did one not long ago. Well, work with Eric, my gosh, Nessberg, that's a hell of a way to start. I mean, he's the best, or he's tied for the best with a bunch of other like great editors, but yeah, he's special. And so when and if you have something you want to stream, just let me know. I'll be happy to take a look. And you said it's early days, we can do it downs only, whatever. We could do the Stella one downs only too. I don't have a sense of the difficulty level, but anyway, off we go with something to relish or something in relish. Yeah, the CrossFit community is incredible. What's this, 5 letters, a Hawaiian singer? Let's try that guy. Let's start with a look at the downs just to see how we can do. I'm not committing to downs only in this thing. I really don't know. Would you believe that I just got a K1 like by begging for it like 2 days ago? Aren't people supposed to give those out like before April 15th and preferably not April 14th? But when you go on extension, blah, 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 you get it. All right. MSNBC, I know, is in New Jersey. I don't know about Newark. Is this the Newark Star Ledger where my old college buddy Ken Davidoff, I believe, was the baseball writer? What a great writer. Went on to the New York Post from there. Diamond count, is that out? Carrots, facets. Nessberg, I am impressed. Very happy for you, and I wish you a great start and a great, like, nice long arc to quote the last puzzle. Writing crosswords. It's good for you. It's really good. Really cool. I assume we're talking about, oh wait, what happened to Downs Only? Verizon, it's an ITGT. Wait, what? I cannot tell a lie. I think this is small. We saw that clue. GTE is an obsolete like telco. I have no idea what this is. Looks like taunt or T-nut taunt. I just don't know what that is. What is 17? Cross. What is 20? No. Wet gels. What do you call those gels on your nails? There's call them gels. Stella is highly tuned into like fashion, makeup type stuff. I don't always know the answers, but I learn about that from her puzzles. No clue. I mean, Roland Emmerich is a movie producer, or director. The Pit. Add this to the long list of shows I have not seen that everyone raves about. I mean, I haven't even seen The Bear, and it's based here in Chicago for crying out loud. I have no reason to think this is right. I just don't know. Is this Tetley T? It's 9 letters and it's British. Those letters look not horrible. Is this something taste? Is this? I don't love 20 across. It's got to look only a mother to mother. PTL, it's fine. This could be multiple, obviously, multiple words. I just don't like this enough to keep it though. Nesberg, how'd you get your start constructing? Just out of curiosity. I had, I had this in Brazil. Man, was it good. Much like all the food in Brazil, much like the people, the scenery, the Iguazu waterfall zone, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, straight A pluses for me. Loved it. 80 somethings are these B's like on your report card. Speaking of A's, I have no idea. Out of a contract, freelance. Oh, an escape clause if it's an out, if it's a noun. Something clause. Just not seeing it in 10 letters. Oh, nice. Okay, good. You're combining two of their interests. That's great. That's great. Cigarillo, not 10 letters, plural. Know that either. We might need all the clues for this thing. Human apes, imitation, imitators. It's a noun. I could be right. Do they throw their votes into an urn on that show? A cup? I haven't seen it since like, that crafty guy walked around naked, like manipulated himself a win. Sanitize is, I should have told Stella I was gonna stream her work, and yet I didn't know I was going to until mere moments ago. This is this like a sports mascot? Wow. Transformers, I want to say, are CGI. What would this be? I want to say it's like a sports thing with like a big, oh, like a Disney, somebody wearing a suit of some kind. Smash is hit as both a noun. Good one, Stella. What is 35 across? I want this to be the Natchez tribe. Speaking of indigenous peoples, but I'm pretty confident this Newark Starlighter is right. I mean, what else is Newark? It's not like a TV thing. Holiday nut, is that like fun on somebody who's into holidays? Is that conceivably even, does that even make sense? Well, good girls go to heaven and bad girls go everywhere. No idea. Sorries? No clue. Not hot. Could be that. That. Oh no. Nikki Demas, what? How are you? Good morning, Nikki. How are you? And when I think of you, I think of national trivia events, and I think of my old law school friend, Joshua Kreitzer, who I just saw at the Midwest Crossword Tournament on Saturday. Nikki, you might know his name, is a really good trivia player. That could be that. No brainer. Oh, wow. A lot of question marks, a lot of like puns that I'm not getting. Not seeing all the clues. DMD's cousin. I think it is all of the clues. Oh, clock. Nikki, I have been I can't even say I've been traveling. I've just been busy on Monday nights. I don't know what the hell I've been up to lately. Anyway, I haven't watched our Trivia Pal on Monday nights of late. Have you been watching him? And if so, you need dice, you need sushi rice. How's his show been? What goes with feathers? Tars? Tar and feather? Is tars plural if you're tarring and feathering someone? I'm gonna pretend I have no experience doing that to people. This is Spock. Are we talking about Star Wars? It really sounds like a Spock quote. Is it like Moby Dick? Phoenix, good morning to you. We've got somebody here from Paris. We've got Nikki Demas here from Nikki. I won't say I'll say mid-continent, but I won't say which continent to, preserve your privacy. Phoenix, are you in Phoenix? Am I imagining that? Welcome to you. Welcome to, oh, we got some lurkers here, not atypically. Welcome everybody. Cameos often. Rolls, pieces of jewelry. This could be this after all. Is this plural? I mean, it could be, what's this? Gethsemane is a neighborhood in, I've been lucky enough to do enough traveling that I can't spit it out. Where? Cartagena, Colombia. Oh, wow, look, it's 9 letters and it, oh man, give me the opposite of whatever I just got on Adrian Johnson and Christina Iverson's puzzle, because if I'm right, and this is wow, well, 2 typos. 2 typos undoes my excitement at plonking that, if this is right. I mean, I saw it in English, not Spanish, but Cartagena, Colombia, strong recommend on the, if you're taking a cruise around the Caribbean, consider one that stops there. Not only if you're like me, like whorishly trying to like run up your life list, like your country total. This doesn't have to be right. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful Cartagena. And honestly, before you leave the cruise area, you've had the best part of your day. Incredible wild animal sanctuary there. Incredible. Did I hold an adorable 1-year-old 3-toed orphaned baby sloth? Did I feed chunks of apple to a blue peacock, a multicolored parrot, and a toucan with like a 6-inch bill, razor sharp, never touched me? Incredible. Let me get back to the chat. Yeah, anyway, I heard about this nature park and I was like, definitely going to that. Little did I know that in order to leave the cruise like docks, you walk through that thing. I mean, what a treat, what a value add. I would have happily taken a cab or an Uber like miles into the country. No, it was like 2 feet from where I got off the boat. Pretty great. Okay, where are we? Good afternoon, Phoenix. You can see the correlation. You've been East Coaster, West Virginia to Pennsylvania. I like it. Isn't that just like a state line? Aren't those next to each other? Nikki Demas, Nebraska. Yeah, I didn't want to be the one to say it, but Nikki reppin Nikki is Nebraska. I mean, they joined the Big Ten some time ago. So if that's Midwestern, may I say, consider the Midwest Crossword Tournament a year from now for all of your like crossword related needs. I've heard great things about Pittsburgh. Like one of my close friends' daughter just graduated from Pitt, speaking of the Pitt in the last puzzle. Or no, Pitt's right here. I've heard that city's beautiful, like really fun. Have not had the pleasure or the good fortune. But yeah, would love to check it out. Equally hot, still not seeing it. 80 some things, hot days for a good roll. I don't know, yeast and an oven if you're baking a roll. Suppleness. What is this? Exactly. Big Ten country is now merely the country. But just saying, like, back when there was like a geographic component, or back when the Big Ten was like the upper Midwest, and they added Nebraska, that would imply that either they were pushing the edge of the Big Ten or Nebraska could be Midwestern. But like those like Plain States. I don't know if that's, Nikki, I'm sure you would know better than me if it's considered Midwest. Small, perhaps? Equally hot. That is an interesting clue. No clue what the answer is, but I like the clue. Have we not seen all the clues? Thank God we haven't, because I am, well, Stella, you have the lead. You are about to lock down a win because I'm really not getting to. If that's a Star Wars character, it's not Uhura. Bones. Wasn't there a doctor? Maybe that was Bones. I just feel like people are calling each other Captain in Star Trek, but I mean, it could be a lot of things. It could be Captain Nemo. It could be. Oh, maybe this is right. Oh, wait. Renee Fleming. Did she appear in the Second City Comedy Theater's Night at the Opera at the Civic Opera House? Was I in the literal front row? I was very fortunate. She was so good. The whole thing was so good. As long as I'm dropping names, not that she's a friend of mine, Beth Malusky, who is co-wrote that show, it was great, so great. I wanted this to be the Andes. I mean, in classical Indian dance, I mean, they really did international travel in that classical Indian dance. What is this? We just had Stan Lee doing a cameo in Marvel movies, and yet, does a teenager have to wear that heavy of a costume? In my experience, a teenager wore a costume of only between 30 and 50 pounds. That can't be right. Yeah, Cartagena, Colombia. Our boat had to go like 1 or 2 days at sea just to get that far west. And man, it was great. Really, really liked it. No brainer mode is like auto pilot. I am data. Okay, so that's, isn't that like Star Trek: The Next Generation? Mortality, blah, blah, sure. Brent Spiner. I don't know that show, but I know plenty of people who love that show. So add that to the long list of shows that I should check out. DMD? What on earth? Dr. McCoy with bones. Okay, all right, give me no credit. What do you need for a good role? I mean, what the hell? Are these dungeon masters? Are they weapons of mass destruction? I have no clue what's going on. There's CDs, digital movie discs. Is this a C? Cruise S, I guess. Equally hot. It could be an N. Phoenix, yeah. I mean, whatever entertainment value we provide in the stream, it tends to come in the form of obnoxious name dropping, typos, confusion, um, bragging about far superior to me puzzle people who I've been lucky enough to meet on their behalf of how skilled they are. That's kind of all I got. So if you give me the answer, then I can't stumble around embarrassingly. Having said that, we do get to the point sometimes where we need help. Whether I'm streaming alone. Oh my God, Nora Sharp, I already dropped your name. Did you have that like sixth sense that you were being talked about? Were your ears ringing? Did it wake you up? Julius of Science. Oh my God, this might be wrong. I can't remember the name of that amazing cheese bread. Queijo is like queso. The problem is that Portuguese is just weird enough that my knowledge of French like often doesn't help. But man, so delicious. Like literally as we're sitting here, I'm going, is there a Brazilian restaurant in Chicago? Fogo de Chão? Might have to go there. I have as yet unfinished like dinner plans with friends in the city this weekend. And I mean, if Chicago doesn't have Brazilian restaurants, shame on Chicago. Nora, before you were here, I don't know if you can scroll up in the chat from before you were here, but the first links I threw in the chat today were for your tournament. Nora Sharp, I mean, a legit puzzle celeb at this point, an champion at the national tournament, but more relevantly for this week's purposes, Nora, take a bow. What a great event that was on Saturday. Nora was a co-organizer, and for for not much money, you can go to midwestgridfest.com and buy the puzzles, and I recommend it because they were fun puzzles, and there's more than crosswords. I haven't even like delved into it yet, but Nora, as you may know, Chris Adams, you were in the chat, weren't you? Didn't Chris Adams stream puzzles with me the other night? I believe he did, and he wrote some great trivia for that, and he won the tournament. Speaking of bragging about how like capable some of these people are, suppleness is, I mean, I assume this is Renee Fleming. If anyone can drop the name of Renee Fleming, it might be my parents who like ran into her in the Chicago Art Institute, our big art museum. She was like low-keying it in a baseball cap, but like my dad started chatting with her husband, and next thing you know, Renee Fleming comes walking up, and is that the way the story went? Is she married? Was it her? Anyway, whoever she was with, I'm not trying to out Renee Fleming for whatever. I think it was her husband. That's the way I heard the story. Anyway, and then like a week later, they ran into them in a restaurant. They were like at the next table. I forget that maybe she had a kid who lives here, maybe still does. Anyway, and my dad is like a huge opera buff. I mean, like hardcore. So they talked opera. And then not that long after that, I saw Renee Fleming do this amazing opera show with Second City Comedy Theater and a few other opera singers. It was like, never thought Renee Fleming would be in our family's lives. And as quickly as it started, it ended. But anyway, apparently she's super nice. And oh, the other fun thing, as long as I'm yammering at extreme length about Renee Fleming, the opera slash comedy collab show started when she was at Second City, at the Comedy Theater, and there was like a little music moment like between scenes, and it was her singing, and she's like, I don't recall giving permission for these people to use my music. But I'm sure she was cool about it. But I think she said something to somebody, and it turned into a conversation that led to this wonderful show that they did. So, ooh, I would have guessed fairy dust here, but it looks like pixie dust. All right, is that enough name dropping for y'all? Anyway, I guess what I'm saying is, I think Renee Fleming is 54. That was a long-winded way of saying that. Exculpatory clause. It'd be more like criminal law, I think. Exit clause, way more likely. To Ben, no clue. But thank you, Stella, for throwing Ben into your clue. This was that. This is Maddie Alou, Philippe Alou. I think it was Philippe and not Felipe. Yeah, Nesberg, Renee Fleming, with her massive international career as probably one of the top 5 sopranos in the world, definitely needs my help on an obscure Twitch stream with literally 3s of viewers. Without me, she might not do her 19th world tour. What is this? Source of information when used correctly, and strife when not. Chet Sellers in the chat. Nesberg, Chet Sellers. All these people with E's. Nora Sharp is an E champion. Chet Sellers and Nesberg rejecting all the other vowels. Good morning. Chet, I forget where you are. Are you in Europe too? Is that why we're getting like our European cadre rolling through here? Because it's like afternoon instead of like after midnight? Is this isn't cigarillos, and maybe this is, I don't know, paellas? Queso cheese breads. There's a word for this, and it's like P-A something. ILLAS would work for pata. Can't spit it out. Panatellas, is that what this is? Influence. Get at? Maybe, is this Italia? Clearly it is. We haven't seen all the clues. Thank God, because I'm really getting ground to death. Chet Sellers, East Coast. You should call it E, and that way you won't have to use other vowels. I'm going to assume you're in like Delaware, because then you can just stick with your E and only E theme. This is you catch stuff in Candy Crush. I've never played it. This looks like Tetley Tea after all. All right, give me credit for plonking that one. Stella, I think at this point Stella has won this round. However, I have at least done okay on a few of these individual answers, but no,
overall, Stella crushed me here. But you know, if you're gonna lose, lose to the best. Family, generation, and family. New Jersey, fair enough, Chuck, fair enough. I was gonna say Okeechobee or Tallahassee. They have two E's, but no, you're right. Um, God, no, it's gonna bother me until I can spit out like the name. Trenton, Edison. Ugh. Really? Okay, Fort Lee and New Jersey, if we spell it like this, only has E's. This is a great use of our time, everyone. This is why I only do like 3 puzzles or 4 puzzles on like an hour and 40-minute crossword stream. They go not to Agra, really? I mean, I am utterly baffled by this. Where were we? We were here. Fumigate. Oh, do you not catch stuff in Candy Crush? Oh, you match stuff. Oh, yeah, like the colors. Okay, that's good. Absolute unit. Absolutely no idea what that means. Fumigate. Okay, that is legit Latin. All right. Okay, I am not doing very well here, but we've got all these great people in the chat box. I think the win is all the people in the chat box. And welcome, first timers, lurkers. Always love seeing new names rolling through here. Appreciate you. What is this? Why does this look like this? Genetic mashups. Mutts? I mean, across the pond could explain this AE. Mid-April looks right. If you didn't go on extension, I have no idea what that means. I'm thinking like a pupa, and it's probably not that. This looks like taste, poorly thought out in bad taste, like 30% of the things I say here. At a minimum, they're poorly thought out. I hope they're not in bad taste, but he wasn't so. All right, you had your shoot. I read The Once and Future King in high school by T.H. White, and those there was you got your Sir Gawain, you got your Sir Galahad, your King Arthur, of course. The Lady of the Lake, I'm gonna say, was not a he. Leaving us with Babar. Was Babar in? Did Babar sit at the round table? I mean, I'll tell you what, if you're gonna go as Babar, then you might need to wear like a 200-pound costume, but I just don't think that's right. Is this an idiom, flash, variety, an alarm? Is this not Don Ho? Your husband and you, a non-brave knight? Really? You reference that of all the things? Nesberg, hats off to you for like knowing that, let alone referencing it. Yikes. Time between Q trains. I like that. As we all know, the Q train is a New York thing. Is this Nick Saban? Yeah, Stella's in New York, so got it. Okay. I was gonna say the J line and the Z line go to where Jay-Z grew up. That's where he got the name Jay-Z. Something to relish or something in relish. Wow. An olive? I mean, that could be in a relish. Like, what's that one that has olives in it? Is it 8 letters? Am I thinking of Kalamata? I'm so far out over my skis. Anyway, I don't know what this is, but wait. Oh, this might just be what we need. Puffed up carb. Yikes. I don't know. Stella, it's before 9 a.m. Barely. Go easy on me. Is this Sochi, Russia? Puffed up carb. Well, my buddy at the Greek restaurant we went to last night had, I don't even remember what it's called, some kind of like semi-puffed up phyllo dough dish. This is not what you're going for. A mochi ball, maybe? Let's try that. Omar. Korean, I should probably know that. Spanakopita. Yep. I had the lamb shank, aka the Arnie Agonarado, if I'm saying that right. It wasn't on Mic band flash variety. I don't think it's a camera flash. I want it to be like a news flash, a headline, something. If this, are mochi balls puffed up or are they just like spherical? I don't really think that they are puffed up, and I don't really think of that as like a carb particularly. But ending in an I? We didn't see this clue yet. Yeah, PTL is what I thought it was. Earl Stanley Gardner. All right, so MASH, is it? No. Maso. I want this to be arrows, genetic mashup. Are these genes? Are they? They're not genomes. They're not chromosomes. I just hate this AE, but it might actually be helpful. All right, on we go to some place where I might not publicly admit my lack of skill. This is this take one. No. Dad Gummita, speaking of the Midwest tournament, had the pleasure of having dinner with Dad Gum and a few, about a dozen other pals. Really enjoyed meeting you, Dad Gum. You did not surprise me at all by being a cool, like smart person. Definitely impressed me with your not just good taste in music, but with your deep knowledge. That was pretty sweet. I mean, if you're what are you not on your toes? You are Julius Orange. Julius, did he perfect the like mix that we all know and love? I don't know who this is. It's not gonna help. Man, I want this to be this. And yet just can't remember. Getting texts tend to when we're done. Oh, sorry, just a little alert to what's on my camera today. Fair enough. Intended to hurt. I want this to be malice, and yet does not fit there. Yeah, dadgum, you're the man. Glad you came down. Bring your buddy JMSR next year. Let me know if you're ever in Chicago. You're a good dude. Equally hot as clearly as something. I want this to be family source of information. What on earth could this be starting with family? Everybody here but me is seeing these answers. I feel very confident in saying that. Zero waste fashion is a tent dress. As I said earlier, Stella knows everything about like fashion and clothing and makeup. Tough as nails with the like nail polish logos or brand. Really, Family Guy, something an urn. I said that earlier. Family group chat. That is a balls out, excellent spanner for the middle of this puzzle, Stella. Well played. I love that. I assume that's right. As what on earth are we looking at here? Other hot. Is it the equator? We were just talking about Peru. I assume family group chat is. All right, let's use these letters and see if they can't help. Roll that. Da, da, da. Pro sumo player. E, in which case cameos could be like pieces of jewelry, could be walk-on roles, suppleness. Man, this is spelled right. I feel confident in saying so. This is the kind of thing that until I took that cruise, I would absolutely had no clue. And I guess Cartagena, Spain clues equally. I've never been to Spain, but Cartagena, Colombia, beautiful, beautiful Cartagena. This is B students, I guess. We were circling that answer a minute ago. Is this esoterical? Not seeing it. Is this a drum something? You think the letter in 26 is wrong? Thank you. I will always, always take esoteric. I will always take that. Yeah. When I leave a typo letter in there, and it just slows me down. It's just painful for you to look at. It's painful for me to have done. Off to a great start today, rocking my typos. Don't blow off is like attend to. Is this tend? Is this? I mean, easily could be a D. I don't like an N here. What role would require a heavy costume? I mean, I know that like the finery worn by royals can be very heavy, but I don't. Row. Player? Is this the Etruscans? Oh yeah. Is there anywhere that I can go to in the grid where I'm not gonna get crushed or I haven't already gotten crushed? Honestly, I don't know. Oh man, raise your hand if you're seeing at least 3 answers. Everybody but me. They're not part of dry pedicure. Something. I want this to be gels. Nora Sharp, what? Watching me like face plant? Are you somebody who operates on the basis of malice? Are you taking pleasure in my pain, Schadenfreude style? Let's go back to that for a hot minute. Freeze out. We haven't seen this clue yet, y'all. Can't fool me forever, Stella. Well, maybe you can, but at least I got that. Equally hot. Isothermal. Drum. Good roll. A drum roll. So you need drum sticks for a drum roll. DDS is a cousin of a, what is that, a surgeon, a dental medical doctor? If you have both degrees, is that what that is? Ah, Chet, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that vote of confidence, no joke, because it starts to feel kind of lonely and kind of embarrassing when I just like talk and don't solve for like minutes and suppleness and give, I guess. That is a good clue and answer combo. Stella, I have no sense. I should do these more often. Stella's great, first of all, but and I just knee jerk to Brandon Quigley just because he's like a pal and the difficulty level is conducive to the stream. But because I don't do enough Stella puzzles, I don't have a sense for the difficulty range or like, does she do hard ones on Tuesday? Like I just don't have a good enough sense. And I like mental note, I got to get more Stella into the mix. I also, Stella has been on this stream as like a talk show guest, and I don't recall, did she play Only Connect? I don't think she's played Only Connect. I owe her an invite. If I haven't, I want to say I've invited her. Anybody who appears in this stream or does me a favor or invites me to something on or off the internet earns an invite. It's my way of paying it back. So this, oh, I thought Gungru were people who go somewhere. Oh, these are like little tinkling bells maybe on your ankle. Gungru. Well, if I learn what that word means, then I will expand my knowledge of Indian words outside of like food. And as you saw with the ATTA earlier, I barely know any of that either. So what is this? Cameos. Oh, ovals. Got it. I wanted to be evals. Like, got it. Like carved stone caricature predator. Oh, like in the Schwarzenegger movie, part of an O-line is defensive end. We didn't talk about this enough. Like the great Richard Dent, MVP of Super Bowl XX. Ready for another name drop? And a guy that I used to have to guard in the multiplex health club basketball court because I was tall, but I was like 17 and I probably weighed about 105 pounds. But because he's a gentleman, he did not knock me through the wall. He's a good dude. Don't blow off his heat. Not tend, but yeah, that's a way better answer for don't blow off. Frequently crossed. All right, whose names have we dropped today? Renee Fleming, Nora Sharp, Chet Sellers, Nessberg, Dadgummit. These are the real ones, y'all. The dropping of the names of people who are actually here. I mean, you guys are great. Thank you for joining me. Weirdly going at now 9:07 a.m. Chicago time. I probably should land this plane before too long. But, you know, when you start before 8 a.m., you can knock out a few puzzles before your workday starts. It's Thursday. When am I streaming again next? Actually, tomorrow night is actually a possibility, tomorrow afternoon, not sure yet, but, in case we don't do this again for a while, what is everybody up to tonight, this weekend? It's getting cold here in Chicago. How about where you are? It's true. We have like a straight up basketball or volleyball game here. A few more people, we can play softball. What is this? I have utterly no clue. I mean, I can name the first name of some of your more prominent scientists. Bad. Quast. Laced. Nikki, are you a bigamist? No, somebody else's wedding. All right. Wedding, recording a podcast, taking the family camping. Good for you. Good mom stuff, little creativity, little friend stuff. I love that. Who's getting married? Is it Renee Fleming? No, I think she was already married. Intended to hurt. Bad. I think bad is super plausible, in which case, what is this? Frequently crossed. Like you would cross a T, handwritten, family friend, not Renee. Nikki, props to you for maintaining Renee Fleming's privacy. Renee Fleming, clearly the favorite opera singer of Nessberg and Chet Sellers for reasons we've already discussed. Renee Zellweger and Ellen DeGeneres, I assume, are your favorite. Like, well, let's just use Renee Fleming's first name. But all right, let me drop another name. Merle Regal, one of the greatest crossword people of all time, and a man who was absolute great guy. Dearly missed. You might have seen him on The Simpsons or in the Wordplay movie. I had the pleasure of meeting Merle at the National Crossword Tournament. We became buds. We would email. Just an excellent guy. And the guy's skill with language was staggering. It is legend. Everybody who ever met him has a story, or more than one. When I first met Merle, I said, "Hi, Merle, I'm Ben Bass. Nice to meet you." He said, "Bass? Your last name is Bass? B-A-S-S?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's right." And he says, without missing a beat, "Did you know that bass and carp are the only two fish that can be typed as 2277 on a touch tone keypad?" I was like, "Yeah, Merle, everybody knows that." The guy's brain was a national treasure. The guy, just incredible. Another time I was chatting with him and I said, "Yeah, I've been working on a puzzle for Will Shortz to use on the radio." And even though Will rarely looked to outside people for like his listener puzzle, I was like, "Yeah, maybe he'll want to use it." I'd written some of like some various like weekly puzzles in there, or like listener challenge puzzles. Anyway, the point is I was thinking about monovocalics like Tom Poston or Bananarama or Derek Jeter. And to which Merle says, "Did you know that Renee Zellweger is the only 6E univocalic in the movies, and that Ellen DeGeneres is the only 6E monovocalic or univocalic on television?" And once again, of course, I had to say, "Merle, come on, everybody knows that." Guy's just next level. Miss him so much. Everybody misses him so much. Truly, truly great guy. He and Will Shortz were the crossworders who appeared in the crossword episode of The Simpsons. And I mean, that says a lot. He was special and just a great guy. Intended to hurt bad. Sorry for the long stories. Do you all come here for the stories, in spite of the stories, or out of pity? Foot bath. Did I start getting pedicures recently? I actually did. Is that weird? Probably, but I got sick of hearing my mom and even dad tell me, "What is this?" To go get pedicures. So I did, or I've done it a couple times. Wait, what is this? No, utterly no clue. I mean, forget the name of the UFO. I can't think of any movie with letters that look like this. Tron. I mean, no idea. This is if it's not a doctor or a patient or a nurse, isn't this like an ER type drama? Nikki, your company is good company too. Thank you. I take that as a great compliment because you're an awesome person. Yeah, this is great for putting a baby to sleep. No, I actually, Twitch is great in the car, if you know someone who's streaming, or if you just, I mean, it is a podcast or whatever, radio alternative. Julius, but like nearly everyone I know doesn't even know what Twitch is, much like have Twitch. Bad. Barbed, like a mean comment, maybe? A barb bet. I'm gonna say Barb has a chance. 3 down, Monty Python. Where were we? Is this the knight who oh, wow, wow. Have I seen this show? No, but I saw Spamalot. Name drop. I won't drop the name, but my friend helped produce Spamalot on Broadway, but that doesn't answer this question. Ruben, I mean, are we using modern names because it's like a modern text, not necessarily only King Arthur? Is this this? Is this Alban Berg to drop the first name of somebody whose name I actually know, not this Julius person? No clue. I have not seen, ugh, as usual, everybody here but me knows the answer. I mean, if it's not Ruben, I, everybody but me, you get a point. Flash variety, oh my god. I'm being outnumbered in Nesberg's household. 2-0. Speaking of keeping score, I think we're gonna go like Stella, 24, me, 7. I plonked a couple answers like Cartagena, so I'm gonna give myself a touchdown. Exit clause was pretty easy with the X. I mean, do I have anything? I thought this was fairy dust. Call it 24-3. I really have not done much on this. If this isn't a mochi ball, what the hell? Dorito? I mean, it's a carb. It doesn't have to be a brand name. It could be American and not foreign. Let me guess. You all know this one too. Exactly. Chet Sellers. That's true. That's true. Is anyone here into the NFL? The Chicago Bears. What is are they spiraling down to like last year when they lost like 7 games in a row by a different embarrassing, I almost dropped an F-bomb, by an embarrassing F up at every turn. Last weekend, the Bears, no, they had a bye. The Bears didn't lose. They couldn't lose last weekend. The weekend before, the Bears literally needed to block a last second field goal to win a game. And they did do that, to their credit. Okay, you got your Lancelot. You got your Arthur. I'm picturing like, was it like Hank Azaria? Was it David Hyde Pierce, Tim Curry? I think they were like the original Broadway cast. Nora, I decided to talk about something I know, unlike everything in this puzzle. I mean, I'm no sports expert, but I am a Bears fan, and they are playing on Monday night next, which is just one of the reasons that I'm finding it hard to commit to a Bossword season. I mean, only Connect League is going on. And in fairness, Monday is not an only Connect League night. That is the night that you can't play. But what I'll probably end up doing is joining Bosswords, like knocking out like 4 Heart Themelesses. Yeah, Nora, there you go. I'm seeing comedian Jimmy Card downtown at our beautiful Chicago theater tonight. Chicago Cubs game starting at 8. I mean, they'll probably throw my phone into one of those like yonder pouches. I can't even watch the game quietly. I'm very lucky I've got a seat like at the front of this big theater. And honestly, it would be pretty amazing if Jimmy Carr caught me watching a baseball game and started like tearing me a new one, because that guy loves to just go after people in the crowd. Sometimes by asking questions, sometimes by being heckled, and sometimes just like looking down and seeing like, interesting choice of jacket, sir. And next thing you know, he's like devastating someone. But yeah, excited to check out Jimmy Carr. Love the guy online. Very funny man. Good specials. He's like on every quiz show in England. 8 out of 10 cats, if that's the right numbers. Yeah, very smart guy. Got into like some crazy tax scandal in England, which was like bananas, and ultimately I think made him more sympathetic. But yeah, love Jimmy Carr. Excited to check out the show. But Cubs, I mean, could you schedule your games when I'm not going to Jimmy Carr, is all I'm saying. You see why these puzzles take, is there a timer on this? It's probably over an hour and 46 minutes at your lower right. I mean, admittedly, this puzzle clearly is too hard for me, but also, like, I just don't shut up. Talking about, I don't know, who are we talking about? Renee Fleming, who can remember? What? Wait, I know this. How do I know this if I haven't seen the movie about the knights who say neat? That's like all I know about that movie. Oh, and the guy's like body parts fall off. Nora, fourth and choppy, strong work. I cannot plausibly play choppy because in that league we type and hard puzzles are like what I prefer and like to do. And I always move up the rankings when they do a hard puzzle in a tournament such as yours. I am not as fast on easy puzzles as I am decent at hard puzzles. But with a pencil, I'm no good, which is why I entered the like slower division. Because I never went above C. Yeah, Nora, go ahead. It's 9:18 a.m. Sure. Sure. The 20, that's C. Something to relish or something in, I mean, would that be juice? Clearly not. You would relish a slice anise? All right, well, was that meant to help me get this? There's no ice and relish, not with that attitude, Nora. So this is something in English is like ER blank S. Is this characteristics? If it's not genes, genomes, genes, dominant, recessive, Gregor Mendel, fruit flies, family group chats, genetic mashups, mutts, mongrels, mixed race, mixed breed. Am I getting warm? Did anything I say? I know, and somebody said I know 3 down. Nikki, you're giving me credit for Nikki, you're the trivia expert, not me. Flash variety. All right, if I can't solve, I can at least give y'all some lightning trivia. All right, New York Times cryptogram of, this is actually pretty neat. Okay, oh wow, this is on July 4th, which is crazy. It should have been fireworks, but oh, July. Okay, on July 4th of 2023, the New York Times cryptogram was 90% of those struck by lightning survive. The electricity passes over the skin in a quote flashover. How do you like that? Pretty interesting. You know, I think I do want another letter because I need to be at my parents' house for Thanksgiving in the end of November. And without you giving me more help, is Don Ho not right? Flash variety? Are you a slice? You would relish a slice? Something in relish could be like a slice of like lime. Spice. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yep. I think spice. Wait a minute. I still don't like this. Is this an S dorm? What letter dorm do you live in? I know Nestberg was in the E dorm. Oh my God, spice could actually be wrong. Anise? Be alarm. Okay, is this wrong? Love, I mean, is it a Hawaiian singer blank blank and blank? Oh, that is not Don Ho. I might have to like trash this entire stream instead of leaving it on the VOD. It's getting so embarrassing. I mean, I came here with an ounce of self-respect. All right. Nora, yeah, I do. I started with a New York Times Wednesday by our buddy Neville Fogarty that like I couldn't even solve. 3 box is R. Is that this, this, this? Hankstram. Did we say that this is S? Wow. Flash. If it's not a news headline, flash. If it's not lightning. Flash could be an adjective like fashionable. Pretty sure mid-April's right. Nora, why don't you go ahead and give me every other? Yeah, well, I'm not enraged and I'm not quitting. Call it a frustration wine. Put Don Hoback, SD, RAM, or ROM. Got it, like a flash drive. Okay. Give me at least sympathy points for the fact that starting one across with SDR was like a choice. This is Omar. I feel like I've seen this before. Omar, the name Omar goes really well with vegetarian. Yikes. Nora Sharp, I think that this is a stormy clue for SD-ROM. I'm gonna say that, oh, Robin, brave Sir Robin, or not brave Sir Robin. Something here is really, really not looking right. Omar, Robin of Locksley, was that the guy's name in the King Arthur? Fix Omar, really? Really? RAM, this could be an O or an A. I mean, if it's a flash drive, oh yeah, RAM. Well, a flash drive would have like megs of RAM of, the random access memory would be like built in. I guess it could be either. Fix Omar. It is DRAM. I agree with that. I agree with that. Chimeras. I mean, oh, that actually works because if I'm sure I can't pronounce it, but a chimera, like our buddy, like our old buddy Witherwings or whatever his face, a griffin from Harry Potter, is like multiple species. So a chimera, like head of a dragon, whatever, tail of a rat, blah blah. All right, okay, got it with the AE. Stella, wow. Wow, I did not know that there were like brutally hard puzzles on Stella's blog, but honestly, that only makes me want to use more of her material because I love doing material on here. I can't say I'm crazy about doing material that's way too hard for me, that takes like gonna be clearly an hour, but Chimera, I like that. I definitely think that sounds plausible. Chimera, all right. Fix O/A. Oh, nice. Okay, well, I mean, this is a word, and yet Adam, SD. I feel like I've heard of SD. I'm not sure if I've heard of SD-ROM or RAM or both, honestly. Is this Hootie and the Blowfish? If this is right, and this is clearly right, and this is clearly right. So I just don't know what this is. A crab puff, and Stella has a typo in the word crab. Pootie and the Blowfish. Stella, Nora, you're a puzzle writer. You should write a puzzle with Pootie and the Blowfish as like the glam entry across the middle. Is that a 21? I don't have time to figure it out. It's 9:30-ish here, and I'm not even done. So much for Brendan Quigley. So much for the New York Newsday Stumper. I'm looking at my list of things we could consider doing. So much for the New Yorker by, oh man, Cam Collins and Will Nediger, two absolute gods. Wrote the last two of those. I will stream them at some point, just not today. So much for ending with the Align puzzle. Uri Arem, is that? I was so happy with my guess of who can remember. It was wrong so long ago. Arem. If we're spelling that like this, and we're spelling this like this, and I was already getting crushed with crossing words, I can't even blame Stella. I'm just so far out of my depth, which is fine, actually. Again, I'm perfectly happy. Interlaced. Let's try that. Peter, oh, Julius is a last name? Look, Nesberg, Chet Sellers, your dreams have come true. In fact, let's go like that. I hope you two are happy because, you know, this could be Peter Baelish with a Y. Operettas. Sure, why not make this hard? Julius Petra. Operettas, is that? Man, I want to end this thing with like a Monday New York Times speed solve. At the rate we're going today, that would be like a solid 11 minutes. I, for one, didn't think there was a word break at all, and I wouldn't have thought it was that. Nope, no PR. I want no PR for this stream. Because it's just so horribly bad. Is this resident? Yeah, sure. Medical. Nope. Oh, that's the, what's his face? Jordan Peele? Peele, that's your guy's favorite last name. Do I drop Jordan Peele's name that we used to both do improv at the same time at the IO Theater? Now, formerly Improv Olympic at the time. I'm not gonna drop his name. I'm just gonna say you'll have to decide for yourself whether that happened. Resident, attention, memo opener. Wait, this is actually easy. All right, I never saw this clue. All right. If I had seen this clue, the whole puzzle would have been easy, but I didn't. Wow. In 57 sec and 1 min, that was the face plant of the year. Yikes. Yikes. Stella, I think we have to adjust the final score. The Chicago Bears once beat the Washington Redskins long before the Super Bowl era. Google it. 77? No. The Chicago Bears once beat the Washington then Redskins 73-0. And yeah, that was brutal. I don't know what the score was here, but it was closer to that than whatever I said earlier. But I take it as a challenge. Hope to do better next time we do Stella's material. Yeah, Rebel Appliance is streaming crosswords. Very good guy. We're free. Good game. GG, y'all. I want to end this stream with a New York Times Monday just to see if I can I'm gonna do that. Our last puzzle of the day will be a New York Times Monday. If there was like a super easy one recently, let me know. I haven't been streaming those lately. Yeah, you know what? We'll raid our friend Rebel Appliance in 1 sec. Please indulge me. That was so freaking painful. And I mean that as a compliment. That was just a really sound, really strong all-around puzzle. Good clues. I like the variant answers. They texted it. See, there's a work Zoom information, and that will be tomorrow. Well, we've cleared the decks. Let's do puzzles all day. Wow. Amusingly, my buddies group chat. It's not what I meant to click on. This is just trying to schedule the day. My brother might be about to walk in. He texted me. I didn't see it. Got it. Catching up. All right. All right. If I knock this thing out, then I'll be less visibly playing hooky when my brother walks in. You know, he's like a super fan of my stream, by which I mean he would never be interested in watching it. All right, we got the New York Times up on the screen. July, interesting, Phoenix. That is your personal best. This Monday's was, well, I love that. The problem is that I'm probably going to faceplant again. Nora, you did the Monday in 2:03. Wow, my lifetime best is, don't need the camera on. My lifetime best is 2:12. Wow, you all know the date of, oh my gosh. Today's not the day. You know what? I'm going to make a note here. Fast NYT. If I get like a day where I'm really like crushing puzzles here, then I'll go back to these and try to improve. Nora's was 3/25/24. Phoenix was July 21, 25. I think I was at the NPL convention then. Hanging with the likes of Nora. Sharp. 7/21. Did I do that? I might have done that. And then 8/25. Wow, 8/25. Where was I? I was on the way to New York or in New York for the Tennis US Open. Phoenix says July 21st was the good job. I remember the first time I went under 5 minutes. I actually kind of vaguely I think almost do remember, or maybe I do. Like I was thrilled. I was like under 5, y'all. Yeah, it's good when you get those milestones. Remember when I got under 3? At this point, I can't even get under 3. Except for occasionally. I don't know how I was getting down. And oh man, I remember that so well. 2 minutes 30, exactly 2.5 with my personal best. It then took me at least several months to go below that to 228. The same thing happened to 226. And then I was like, all right, I'm never gonna do better than that probably. And then out of nowhere, I did a 212. Why? Because I was doing downs only on this puzzle. I wish I knew the date. I did downs only on a New York Times puzzle that had all of these 7-letter down answers, and they were all total gimmies. So I was flying through that thing, and I still didn't get close to 212. I mean, it wasn't like I was 201, but still, I feel, I mean, not to set limits on myself, but I feel confident in saying that I will never do better than that. Nora, good for you. Under 2 minutes is just ridiculous. Phoenix says half the time, well, yeah, I'm mobile. I mean, with my thumbs on the glass and with a pencil, I'm no good either. But typing, on a good day, if I cut out the typos. Ooh, our friend Shandi Typemer did the monthly bonus. Shandi has played Only Connect on this stream. What a cool person. Have to knock this one out, but not today. See, if I don't stop talking about the New York Times puzzle, it's going to effectively take me 25 minutes. So let's get into this. Did somebody say last Monday's was easy? This Monday's chat was your fastest in a bit. I love it. Who wrote it? I don't know. Hannah Binney. Hannah, you've almost got like a cryptogrammy first last name thing going. But anyway, good for you if it's your first New York Times, and good for you if it's not. All right, I am going to. Well, do I need to close the chat? Do I just stop looking at the chat? If y'all chat and I see it moving around, I'm going to do that. I'm going to block the chat for a sec. Okay, I'm going to try starting with downs. Did Chris Adams just say that he likes to get the top row and then he starts plonking the downs? Let's try that. All right, if I stop talking, it might help. The modest goal here is under 4 minutes because I have been getting just kicked around 8 ways from Sunday today. Here we go. Quadrato. I'm sure I got the wrong one. I'm sure I can't type. Let's do that. That's Aaron Judge. This is a Carol. Probably that. Note the amazing typing. Clearly that. I just read that Lauren bio. This is Pop, the Rash, Russ, Rash. Then this is what? Hives? No, honey. Sure. This is a finger roll. Y'all quit telling me it's not. Don't get up or look up, as we saw in that movie. This is this BFFs, y'all. Oh my God, did I say Scott? Jesus. Yikes. Not a good look. I'll go in. Nice. Edna Mode. Love to quote Edna Mode. Love Edna Mode. Love the Incredibles. Not just an epic. Sure. And Edda, probably not. That isn't just my favorite animated. That isn't just my favorite Pixar movie. That is roughly, that's in the conversation for my favorite. This is Ice Skaters, Ice Dancers, Sky Blue, sure, Knuckle, Head. Oh, stop talking, go faster. Knuckle Sandwich, y'all. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Speaking of Sopranos, like Renee. This can't spit it out. Ugh, damn it, that would have really helped. That's not helping either. I'm outie, y'all, after this puzzle. Why not? Bose, HBO, not CBS. people. Food cute. Minute, I'm not gonna get under 3, but hopefully get under 4. It's that, this is that, if you spell it like that. What is happening right now? That's what's happening. What toe bean? Sure. Oh my God, we might not finish it under 4 minutes. Oh, we're not done. Fab that. Ugh. All right, I am reopening the chat very cautiously in case people were criticizing my typos. Don't you know it's my brand? Okay, apps, it's a flying bass. Yeah, did the best I could. You do all MITs. Yep. All right. GG, one and all. Let us agree to reconvene here at some future time. I don't know when that's going to be. Like I said, it might be tomorrow, or it might be, I don't know. Certainly by early to mid next week. Weekly is not enough of these. There's too many puzzles. I like a continuity in the stream. What I should do is commit myself to a weekly time slot. People have asked me when do you do that, and I babble my way to saying effectively like whenever I can. The Bears are on Monday Night Football tomorrow. After that, they will not be on it for a long time, nor do they deserve to be. But after that, I could theoretically start doing it on Mondays. Password season complicates that a little. But anyway, thank you for joining me. Please follow me on Twitch. Get notice of whenever we do this next. I want to raid our friend Rebel Appliance. I think that's all one word. Raid. You too. Phoenix, Nesberg, Chet, Nora, others who were here earlier, Nikki Demas, Trivia, Ride or Die, people I'm forgetting who were here earlier. Liari. Dan OG, Danog. I missed this person's. I missed a bunch of chats earlier. I guess that's good. Dadgum, there were a ton of great people here today. Apologies. That first time chatter will surely never come back, having been ignored. That's the game we play sometimes. All right, off we go. It is raid o'clock. Yes, Phoenix, everybody. Thank you all for joining. Raid. I have no idea when my stream ends when we do this. Actually, I got it going on my phone here, so that theoretically should help me figure this out. All right, see you next time, everybody. Thank you. My stream still going? It seems to be. Is my mic still on? It seems to be. All right, I'm going to end this stream manually. All right, have a great Thursday. Talk to you guys soon.